I'm the first black person to win Florida's Republican primary for governor.
Tonight, because of your sweat, because of your hard work, we have won a massive victory.
The congressman endorsed by President Trump is the favorite to succeed current Governor Ron DeSantis. In Florida's Democratic primaries, incumbent Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz won her congressional district and is expected to win her 12th term. Candidates endorsed by President Trump are taking a few hits in Tuesday's primaries. Republicans endorsed by Trump tend to win their primaries, but 3 were defeated on Tuesday. Trump's pick for governor of Wyoming, Megan Degenfelder, lost her primary to State Senator Eric Barlow, and 2 Trump-backed candidates in Florida were also defeated. President Trump is pausing a planned wave of tariffs that was set to hit Canada at midnight. More from Scott Carr.
In a social media post, the president says he paused the 50% duties for 3 days because the two countries have a deal pending final documentation, though offering no specifics about the agreement aside from suggesting the Keystone XL pipeline may be, as he says, awoken from the grave. The suspended tariffs would have affected roughly $20 billion in Canadian imports, which according to officials includes hockey sticks, certain building materials, liquors, and some apparel. I'm Scott Carr in Washington.
A new report says President Trump is pushing for a face-to-face meeting with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. U.S. officials tell the Wall Street Journal Trump has privately discussed setting up a meeting with Kim during Trump's next trip to Asia.
What is happening to me?
Spider-Man Brand New Day is set to become the fastest film to surpass the $800 million mark at the domestic box office. The movie will hit the mark in just 19 days. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is ON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time right here on ON AM and FM and Woonie TV. It's Wednesday morning, August the 19th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, and at the Coffee Ann table, we'll say good morning to Mr. Tim Draper. Hello there, Tim.
Good morning. Greetings and salutations, all.
Thank you very much. Melissa Smith cannot be with us this week, which is too bad. Hopefully she can be with us next week. But filling in admirably will be the former mayor of the town of Cumberland, Bill Murray, joining us. Hello there, Bill.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning to everybody.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
It's always a pleasure.
Since you guys are from Cumberland and I grew up in Cumberland, the first story right off the bat is new policy at Cumberland schools. They voted on it last night.
Oh, did they vote on it last night?
Yeah, it's a new rewritten policy that bans students in Cumberland from having cell phones, smartwatches, or earbuds in school.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't say, well, are you doing what they do in Woonsocket, where you got to put it in the pouch and it locks, and then you get it at the end of the school year, or you just don't bring it?
I don't think they have the policy written yet.
No, I don't.
They got a new
I
rewritten
haven't seen
policy.
anything. No.
Okay.
What they did is they codified the state requirement that you have to have one. So they have one.
The website UpriseRI.com reported the school committee adopted the policy, last Thursday. The change takes effect with the start of the coming school year. An updated student handbook, which includes the new policy, will be posted on the Cumberland District's website. The question becomes, is this enforceable?
Well, is it enforceable, and how are they? Yeah, and how? What's the how
what's
behind
the penalty?
it? No, what's the how are they going to do it? Are they going to do pouches like you said, where they lock them up before each class?
And that's money.
It's money and it's time out of the.
You got to get them in.
Every student comes in, and now they have to put it in a pouch.
Yeah.
Do they do it at the beginning of the day in homeroom? Just put it in the pouch and do that.
Woonsocket does it when you're coming in the door.
Yeah. Well, it seems
that's
like
when you should do it.
Yeah, because then you're not wasting time swapping them in and out so you can get your phone.
And then you get it at the end of the day. I guess it's not a large backup of students to unlock it, because it's like scanning a QR code. Yeah, beep, it's closed. Beep, it's open. Yeah, the kind of thing.
But you're going to have teachers standing there now watching everybody do it.
Well, yeah.
Make sure the kids don't walk with the pouches.
That's why they're trying to also ban the backpacks.
Right.
And the reason they're doing that, from what I heard from a school committee member, is that they realize with the backpacks they can hide them in the backpacks, and that's what they're trying to avoid
yeah.
that problem, where you have to check all the backpacks.
Well, the policy is you can bring a backpack to school. You just can't be wearing them in between classes. That's the way I understand it.
Yeah,
I guess
I could see the earbuds because I remember when I was such a such a cute youngster in 5th grade.
was he?
I
No,
brought
that was the question.
I'm not commenting.
fifth grade. Brought my transistor radio to school, and you had a little plug-in and
Yeah.
a little earpiece.
Yeah.
Back then, and the teacher was like, "I don't think so."
Yeah, right.
You listening to the radio during
Right.
class? No.
That's when you had
Okay.
respect for teachers and did what they
It
told
was
you
like-
to do.
But he never did that when I was coaching him.
Well, no,
No,
not,
of course
not,
not.
not during the game.
Have
I mean, come on.
caught him on that?
But you could, when you went outside for recess, that was fine.
Yeah.
You could do it, listen to them. But it's amazing the amount of people that wear earbuds.
Right.
24 hours.
Did the state? I guess I just wonder if the state went far enough. I mean, I know they put it was a law now that says each town has to have a cell phone policy, right? But they don't outline what the policy is. Couldn't they have just said no student can have a phone in class? Let that the
Be the
state
policy?
be the guiding policy, and then just every
Well,
town has to enforce it somehow.
You don't know whether RIDE wants to do that.
I know, but why wouldn't they want to do
it? I agree with you, but I got a feeling that RIDE didn't want to be the
Of course they
culprit,
do.
and-
Nobody wants to take the
I don't wanna
see the
culprit.
I was just going to say,
be the
as a
bad
former
guy.
mayor, they love to throw things back down and let you make the,
Yeah.
get the headlines or not the headlines,
Right.
whatever you want to call
So
it.
it becomes the
Right.
school committees.
That's right.
They're the bad
Yeah,
guys.
right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. School starts in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, and we'll see how enforceable
Well,
this becomes.
Probably
I
gonna
did
be a
hear
blank show.
earlier that the schools that are doing it, it's worked out very well.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
talked to a lot of people in the
Yep.
Woonsocket School Committee and
Yeah.
in the administration, and no teachers, but what do they hear from teachers? And it's working out great
Yeah.
here in Woonsocket. And the kids are fine with it. And it's back to back when we went to school, Tim, there's actually chatter during lunch
Yeah.
Well,
instead of silence.
isn't
Instead
that
of this.
what our biggest
Yeah.
problem in this world is that kids do not
They
talk
weren't
to each
talking
other.
to each other.
And,
Yeah.
now,
And now they are.
It's going to make them do it. And
Right.
I think that's a win situation.
Well, I think you can certainly, because I think that the not talking to somebody face to face makes you that keyboard warrior that everybody complains about. It's easy to go on the social media sites and bitch about
Right.
everything on the planet, but you don't do anything about it, and you're certainly not going to say that to anybody in person.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount of restraint that takes place when you have to talk to somebody face to face because you don't know what the response is going to be.
Like a punch in the nose.
I always tell a story. I went up years ago. My niece was at Boston College, and my brother calls me. Says, "Come on up to Boston. I'll take you out to dinner." I'm taking 3 or 4 of her friends out.
Yep.
We had 5 Boston College students with us, all at the one side of the table. My brother and I sat on the other side of the table. They never looked up. Their phones were in their lap. Finally, my brother said, "I'm paying for an expensive restaurant, by
Yeah.
the way.
Well, it's Boston.
I'm paying for this meal, and you people haven't even put your heads up."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, my niece admitted later, they were texting back and forth to each other.
Right. Oh,
Probably
yeah.
saying,
It's because they don't have to say anything out loud,
That's
so that you
exact-
guys will be offended.
"You got it."
Right.
I always tell that story.
My dad
it's-
used to when he was helping driving kids back and forth to schools. So he would take my daughter and her friends. She had 3 friends and he would go and pick them up in the afternoon and drive them home. It was the highlight of his day. Because it wasn't that I think it was right before really that kind of texting stuff started going crazy. Because they would just sit in the car and talk with each other. They'd just chat back and forth, and it would be all this little. And he would sit in the car and love it. Now, as a former principal and administrator and teacher and everything like that, he just loved to. He just that was an enjoyment for him to hear all that banter. He wouldn't have to say anything. He would just sit there. He was like chauffeur. He was Uber. He was Boober. Bob Uber.
This segment of Coffee is sponsored by the St. Antoine Communities. Please visit them online, santantoine.net. And
Their
maybe
full continuum of care, Joe.
Thank you. That's right. And maybe you want to get a a tour of the place.
Right, as
and
Melissa says.
And see what
It's
they
a
go for.
great, great tour, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get your opinions on this. Governor Dan McKee ordered a pause on the installation of new flock cameras across Rhode Island, calling for a 60-day review period for the state to develop policies for automated license plate recognition use. LAPR is what it's called for short. The order stops Rhode Island State Police from installing any more license plate readers and asks cities and towns to follow suit. Rhode Islanders have a legitimate questions about privacy, transparency, and how this information is collected, stored, and shared. That's according to a press release from the governor. Bill, as a former mayor, and not that you had anything to do with it, but if you were the mayor now, what about flock cameras?
First of all, I'm for flock cameras, but not with what's happening.
Okay.
I think the governor stepped right in at the right time, made a leadership decision, and everybody knows I'm very friendly with him, but he did make a leadership decision
on this
because there's too much controversy, and they've already had a problem in New Bedford when that police officer. Now this is a police officer that used it tracking her girlfriend or something,
ex-girlfriend,
and so I'm as if I was sitting as mayor, I would be very happy that he's supported it, because when you do it on your own, you're subject to a lot of back and forth. All you have to say now is the governor has told us to slow down until
stop.
What they have to do with the flock, because again, I'm for the flock, because look at the lives it saved, look at the criminals that it has caught. However,
every
you've got to have
likes it.
Right. You have to have a policy, a strong policy, which I believe the company is doing now.
They've changed
trying
some
to
stuff,
change
right?
Because the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it. So I I believe in it, but two, I think the leadership of the governor was outstanding.
Tim?
I think a couple of thoughts on it. Number one, I would say that I'm curious to see what kind of financial penalty all these towns that have committed to flock for the next 3 years are now going to have to face, because they're going to go, we don't want to be in your contract anymore.
Yep.
Are they going to rely on the old, hey, you told us that there were policies in place to prevent this stuff, and here we are. Well, then you've breached your contract, easy to get out of. But if they haven't, and they've got to now pay up 3 years worth of flock camera usage, that's just a waste of taxpayers' money. So I guess I would be interested in seeing how that would turn out. But the other thing is what's to say that, how about your speed cameras? Aren't they capturing your license plate and getting all that information from you too?
It's got to be a different company, and so
it is a different company. What are the policies for that?
I don't know.
Okay,
that's come up.
I've had my license plate
captured
tagged a couple times in school zones, but you know what? And I'm not against those, because they're changing behavior, and I think that's really the point on those things. But they're capturing my license plate. People know where I am at a specific point in time.
Get caught once, and
what are they doing?
You slow down.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But they also, again, now can track where I am. And if they wanted to, who's to say that those cameras aren't on all the time? They're just getting everybody. They're just grabbing the ones that are fast.
That's come up about the if you got to do one, do the other. Again, you got to know which policy. What is the policy of the speed cameras?
Right.
I turned down a councilwoman in Cumberland back when I was mayor that wanted to put the speed cameras in. And I said, I'm not using it as a revenue tool.
Okay.
It's not fair to the people. That's what you have to be careful of. And, let me tell you, all these towns and cities that went into the speed cameras have made a lot of money.
Right.
And
I've been told that
I don't agree. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
But you go back to it and say, especially with the flock cameras, if that saves, like they found a little boy, I forget where it was, Illinois or somewhere, because of his flock cameras. How many criminals? Well, look at the Brown shooting. That's how they caught this guy.
Yeah.
And they never would have had any idea who it was.
Right. But I guess my question is, so if you're demanding strong policies for flock in order for those to be in place, and I realize that those are they're more on all the time, I guess is the word I'm looking for, the phrase I'm looking for, versus the speed cameras, which only take snapshots when you break a law.
Yeah.
But what's the policy for the speed cameras?
Have to have
what's the
one.
Privacy policies for speed cameras? We're asking what it is for flock. Why are we not asking for it for the speed cameras?
Okay.
What's the policy?
It all to me, it all smacks of 1984. But I'm actually for flock cameras. But I'm also a realist, knowing that are there going to be people like the cop in New Bedford that's going to try to go bend the rules and go around it? Absolutely, and that's going to happen.
The problem is society has to come to terms with do they want safety?
Yeah, what do you want?
Or do they want anarchy?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to. You can't have them both.
People don't
in equal amounts.
No, they're not going to. They won't agree to that. And
Right.
I think you got to lean towards the safety part of it, and make the policies that protects you. But you go back, and I'm going back years ago. If you had a friend on the police force, you could call them. I'm not trying to demean the police people.
Oh, yeah. Look this up
and
for
say,
me.
could you look up this license?
Yeah, and they do it.
This very good-looking girl. And I know in Cumberland, we've had a couple of guys like that
Sure
chase the certain tails.
Yeah.
And here's her address.
And that's right. And so there's no cameras involved there.
No.
What now is it's just sparking a new issue that people are going to, no matter what you come up with nowadays, there's going to be opposition.
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's
Someone's gonna
more
be against
now than I've ever seen it.
All right, let's take our first break here on the Coffee Am program. This segment of Coffee Am has been brought to you by the St. Antoine Communities in North Smithfield. Please visit them online, santantoine.net. Maybe you can set up a tour to go visit the facilities and ask for Melissa Smith.
OM 1240.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
The Coffee Am panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores. ON Radio. It is the Coffee Am program on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callan here with Bill Murray and Tim Draper. Well, before before the debate last night, there was a new poll that came out. Salve Regina did a poll, and it showed Helena Folks way out in front, 48%. Dan McKee at 28%. However, there's a 22% undecided group out there. Pretty huge.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, you watched the debate last night.
I did.
Do you think who did better? You can't ask who won.
Right.
You got to say who did better.
It's tough for me because, again, most people know that I'm very close with the governor.
Yep.
But I'm going to try to be fair. I don't think it moved the needle a lot.
Okay.
However, he definitely looked governorship.
Okay.
He was strong.
Okay.
He was to the point. The problem with the polls. Look at the poll out in Wisconsin, that had that governor who was the socialist. Had her up like 25 points, and she lost by 1 against a Democrat. They both were Democrats.
Primaries. Yeah.
The polls, I think, are so screwed up.
The people who want to take polls are the ones who want to who want their opinions known, and those are the ones right now who are the activists.
And how about the people that get it, like Bill Murray, that gives some stupid answers just to get them off your back,
Yeah.
Right.
And
I don't even give answers.
I don't
I'm like,
believe
no.
in them. I don't believe in the polls, and I'm not saying that because he doesn't look good on it. I happened to talk to him this morning, and he's not even worried about the poll. He really believes he can win, and I think he can win.
Yeah, just look back at the last 3 national elections. I mean, the first Trump-Clinton election, everybody had her killing him, and he won.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, it's people. I don't think people are as willing to tell you what they really feel on a poll anymore. I think they want to listen. This is my own personal decision. I'm going to go in and do it. Now, the problem is the polls, as they get out there, start giving a lot of credence and respect to those, like the socialist groups that are out there.
Right.
And so people start to believe that the socialist groups are actually going to overtake the world. And I'm not sure that we're there yet. I'm not sure that that's going to be the case. But right now, they're the ones that have a pretty good ground game.
Yep.
All right, let's see. This is kind of humorous, and it doesn't affect us at all. But there's a man running for Providence City Council. He's a sitting city councilor, John Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He's had to come out and apologize.
I saw that.
And he's apologizing
His
for
two new buddies.
He's got a campaign brochure that he's passing out or mailing out, however he's doing it. And in it is a photo of him with AOC from New York and Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts. However, both of those women have not endorsed him.
No.
Right. And they only met him at an event. That was just a quick picture. Hey, can we get a picture? Sure.
Oh, yeah, well, sure, okay. He said he's been inspired by AOC and Presley, but the Boston Globe reported Gonzalez acknowledged there should have been a disclaimer in the photo that says this was not an endorsement.
No way. He tried to take advantage, and if you look,
and maybe no one will notice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you know,
someone did.
If you look,
Yeah.
I got 2 or 3 different mailers just recently. The facts are not true in a number of them. So what are you going to call them out?
Yeah.
So again, being involved in politics like I was, I mean, we always try to be very careful. What we put out was factual, but there's a lot that don't. They do it
Sure.
purposely to change the minds of people, and people don't realize it.
You almost wish there was a check and balance on,
Yep.
you know, when you advertise as a marketing guy, when you advertise products
Yep.
for a company, you can't lie.
That's right.
If the FCC will come in and they'll fine you, and they'll
Or the FTC.
FTC, and I mean, and they will come in and you will get whacked hard
Your
for
product doesn't
untruths.
do what you say you're
Right.
right.
So now politicians will look at this and true to form, no offense, Bill, true to form, what will happen is they will spin whatever fact they
Right.
put on there
Right.
that may not be true at all.
Yeah.
Right.
But to Gonzal's point, I'm inspired by them.
Yeah.
Okay. But you didn't say that they didn't endorse you. So
That's
this is an
right.
implication that they
Right.
did. So at what point does that, now you've already got it out there, cat's out of the bag, right? Very difficult to put it back in the bag. So, and there's no accountability for it. And other than in the election, whether you win or lose. But once it's out there, people are going to just see that. And if they're enamored by that stuff, they're going to be like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. He's an ally of theirs.
But
That's
the
right.
but the good thing on this is that they both
Both of
put
them
out
came
a
out, right.
press release because I'm sure somebody called them and said, "Who's this guy?"
Who is
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
You know, we know him.
Why would
I know.
I
I happen to know him.
Why would I
fairly well.
endorse a
Yeah.
Providence City Councilor
and
from a
they-
federal level?
And they have to be careful. It's like any of us that were in politics. You get a call to endorse people, and you want to know exactly what am I
Who?
doing.
Yeah.
My name goes out and says Bill Murray endorses so and so. You're going to know it.
Yeah.
You know, but if somebody comes out and says, "Oh, Bill Murray just endorsed me," and I didn't,
Yeah.
it was funny. The last election, and it happened within the Woonsocket Cumberland thing. I had a guy that I met for coffee, and he came out and said I endorsed him, and I got a call from somebody that I know from Woonsocket.
Yeah.
And they said, "Did you endorse this guy?" I said, "Absolutely not." I talked to him,
Well, he's saying.
and so
Wow.
he tried to stretch our conversation that I was endorsing him, but I never told him. So
Wow.
those things happen.
On a similar vein, and Bill, you might appreciate this, and this is what bugs me about marketing, Tim, is the accountability. It's the baseball team in Massachusetts, not the Boston Red Sox, the Brockton Rocks.
Yep.
Okay, use the exact same font as the Boston Red Sox. It makes them look like they're affiliated with the Boston Red Sox,
Right.
and there's none.
You know, if that's not a public domain font or a font that's available and the Red Sox had that created, they can actually stop that.
I'm surprised,
But they haven't.
Disney can. Disney does. But actually,
the Red
theirs is
Sox
now-
haven't, and
Theirs is in public domain now because it's 100
But the
years
Rocks
old.
have used it for a number of years now, and it either doesn't bother the Boston Red Sox
Yeah.
or it's in the public domain. We can't do
I
anything
think
about it.
Maybe- it might
probably
be
in
public domain.
It has to bother them.
I'm sure
because
it
I've
does, 'cause
seen-
there's
I've seen-
there's no
well,
affiliation.
What's happening now too is, and I'm the one. I'll raise my hand. Tim knows this one. Is that these people that are trying to scam you will come in and they'll put on the letterhead, the company,
Yeah.
like it's right from that company, and you
Yeah.
look at the letterhead on your email and say, "Oh yeah, it has
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
it
the
looks
company,"
official,
and
yeah.
it's not.
Right.
They're copying that. That's happening quite a bit.
Emails,
Yep.
Yeah.
text messages, written communications that you get in the mail, U.S. Postal, absolutely, 100%.
I'm the spokesman, by the way, for Navigant on that on being scammed. I just want, and they're wonderful, by the
All
way.
right, Tim. All right, put on your Navigant Credit Union hat on this
All right.
one. All right. Story out of Massachusetts. cryptocurrency kiosks are being banned in 20 Massachusetts communities. Doesn't say which ones. It's a rise in scams involving the kiosks is driving action against the largely unregulated machines.
Yeah.
The state Senate included a statewide ban in a broader economic development bill. The House excluded the measure, leaving its future to a 6-member conference committee. All 14 county sheriffs and the Massachusetts District Attorneys Association support this ban. And what are these kiosks that you can go up to and put $20 in and get cryptocurrency back?
Or converts it to cryptocurrency, and it goes into a different account or something.
Where does it go?
It goes into the World Wide Web. It's becomes
great.
a math equation. It becomes virtually untraceable, which is why criminals will say, "Hey, I need $50,000 in cryptocurrency to unfreeze all of your
Didn't
your
that happen
company."
in that kidnapping?
100%. So they basically said, "You just go to the machine, you just feed it with $20 U.S. currency, or whatever currency." And it can convert it to crypto, and you say send it to this phone number or this address, and they do. And then at that point, see ya.
So
You're
there's
never
no
gonna
trail.
know.
There's
no
no
trail.
once you put the money
so
in.
I think it's also the ability for you to get crypto out, I believe, too, and exchange it from crypto to U.S. Although I'm not sure about that. That may not be the case. It might be a one-way transaction at this point. But you could certainly put it onto your account. Like you have your own crypto account. If you wanted to convert U.S. currency into crypto and put it in your account, you could with one of those machines. The problem is this. The problem is that's the bad guys are saying to the victims of victims of fraud, you need to go and put the money into these machines, and that's how we're going to get it. That's the substitute for the old, hey, bring a bag of cash to the phone booth and don't have anybody follow you, right?
Yeah.
Now it's put it in the machine, but once it's in the machine, it technically
You can't
is
do
gone.
it.
Yeah.
Although our new security officer, Rich Patazik, who was a state cop in the digital currency and cybersecurity area of the state police, his colleagues are saying that they're making a little bit of headway at getting some of that money back.
Oh, great.
Crypto. It depends. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but there's a very small
if it goes
chance.
overseas, right?
Yeah, once it gets out of the country, but I mean it's out of the country as soon as you touch it. So you could put those machines in a place, but there has to be some sort of regulation around the machine.
But there aren't any right
now, and so that's why these states are saying nope, because they're basically bastions of fraud.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunate story. We had it yesterday. A woman in Dayton, Massachusetts, was attacked by her dog.
She died.
And she passed away.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Attacked by her dog?
Yeah.
It was her family dog.
Oh.
And she was 86, and she had, yesterday's story was, multiple facial wounds, and she had to be airlifted to a hospital and was in intensive care. And unfortunately, she passed away on Monday.
Dare I ask what kind of dog?
I had it yesterday.
The what?
Dare I ask what kind of dog it was?
It was
they did some type of a shepherd.
Yeah. Austrian.
I
started with an M.
Yeah. Mastiff?
No.
Yeah.
Was it a Mastiff?
I think
That's a big dog.
It's a big old nasty dog.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Pacheco had medical issues before she was attacked, which probably didn't help.
Yeah.
And the Rhode Island medical examiner is performing an autopsy to determine the actual cause of death.
Yeah.
Dayton Animal Control still has custody of the dog.
So does the dog? Was she living with family at the time?
No,
and
I
the
think
family had the dog.
No, it was just her.
It was just her and a Mastiff at 87. Wow.
And, well, maybe I got the
Somebody
dog
visiting.
wrong,
I think it was somebody visiting.
It just said a family dog. It was her
Wow.
family dog. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but unfortunately she
Yeah,
she
that is
passed away.
unfortunate.
And then down in Barrington, another unfortunate, an elderly woman has died.
Fell down the
She
stairs,
fell down
yeah.
at the nail salon. That she was
I heard
visiting.
about that. Went to the wrong door to go to the bathroom.
79-year-old Jean Goulet was at Aloha Nails when she opened the wrong door while looking
Right.
for the restroom and fell down the stairs into the basement.
Yeah.
They
Yikes.
said it was well marked too.
Yeah.
Right.
She
Police
just
say
didn't pay
a
attention.
tragic accident, no foul play. Friends and colleagues said Goulet worked as a teacher in the East Providence Public School District for 30 years.
Right. New regulation
Wow.
coming into play now. Got to lock those basement doors.
I guess. So
That's what happens.
in the good news, all right, both senators from Rhode Island, Sheldon Whitehouse and Jack Reed, have delivered $3 million in federal funding to repair and upgrade elevators to 2 public housing high-rise buildings in Pawtucket.
Oh, that's good.
The money will be used.
How much? $3 million?
$3 million. Wow. The money will be used at the 9-story Kennedy Manor housing complex on Broad Street and the 15-story Fogarty Manor on Roosevelt Avenue.
Yeah, we just got to fix our elevator at church.
The senators say the federal
I was
funding
just gonna.
will provide a much-needed lift to hundreds of residents to ensure reliable elevator service.
Yeah.
My wife's terrified of going to elevators now.
Yeah.
Never mind especially if it makes any noise at all.
Yeah.
What is that? And why is it stopped? And if it's stopped, why aren't the doors opening?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
give it time.
I went on an elevator when we were on vacation this summer in Europe, and there was one of those cool old elevators with the doors that close.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's wide open, and
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
crank the thing.
Oh,
it was so. I'm like, I love this. I'm going to ride this all day long.
Yeah.
I was like, I am not getting
Your
into that
wife
death
did,
trap.
yeah,
She's like,
exactly.
I'm not getting in there. I'm like, come on, it's great.
All right.
It's like a 3-year-old.
Did you hear what was going on up in Worcester? The Worcester police are looking for a woman after what they're calling a domestic incident because a man is dead.
It's a police officer, wasn't he?
Yeah,
is
I
it?
think so.
Yeah, I think he was
okay.
a cop.
It happened early yesterday morning. 50-year-old woman is being sought. Karen Solomon's photos posted on the police department's Facebook page.
Yeah, that was
Big
a
old
police.
smile
That was
I saw in that
policeman of 30 years.
Wow. She was last seen wearing pajama shorts and a tank top. So check your local Walmart.
You want to know a phrase that you don't hear much when you
What's
see stuff
that?
like that is, be careful. She is armed and dangerous.
Well, they are concerned she's armed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
armed
look
and
out.
dangerous. Yep.
Anyone who sees her is asked to contact Worcester Police or call 911, and you can check out her picture, a very big, clear picture of her on the Worcester Facebook page right there. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and Program, and more coming your way. It is time for a look at the weather forecast being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
Sunny skies today with a high of 85 degrees and a calm wind. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 65 degrees. Thursday's weather, more sun than clouds with a high of 84 degrees, but with a 50-50 chance of some showers during the day. Friday, mostly sunny and 82. Saturday, a 40% chance of a shower, partial sunshine and 77. Sunday, down to a 40% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high of 80. Monday, mostly sunny and 81. And Tuesday, sunshine with a high near 80 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we have mostly sunny skies with 72 degrees. The Mattress Warehouse Labor Day Super Sale going on right now. Save up to $900 on adjustable mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster, plus 0% interest financing and free next-day delivery.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
We all know that Rhode Island has a hands-free law for cell phone use. Did you know that a new distracted driving law prohibits other use of a cell phone while driving? No texting, no surfing, no selfies. Only mounted devices may be used and only for navigation. As always, the use of any mobile device is prohibited for drivers under 18. Make safe driving your only distraction. A message from the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association and the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association.
Blackstone Valley's ON Radio.
Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks, sir, for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Joe Callahan, along with former mayor of the town of Cumberland, Bill Murray, and Tim Draper's here as well. And Tim, time for first message from Navigant Credit Union.
Thank you, Joe. You know what? Let's do a little fraud check here. We talked about that in our last segment about fraud and how rampant it is. And again, the most important thing we try to tell our members about protecting themselves is be your own advocate. Be suspicious of everything. I hate having to tell people to just be suspicious, but the reality is if you're getting phone calls from people that you don't recognize, even if you recognize them, even if it says, hey, this is a call from Navigant Credit Union, don't believe it. Call us back. You know the number, 233-4700. Call the contact center and say, hey, somebody just called me looking for this information. Is it accurate? Do you need it? Our contact center is well schooled at identifying those, those bad guys and those bad opportunities. And if we're looking for information, well, then they'll also tell you that. But they'll also verify who you are.
Okay.
Right? They're going to ask you a bunch of challenge questions. What's your address? What's your phone number? What's your birth date? Blah, 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 blah. Those are ways for us to identify who we're talking to make sure that we're talking to the right person. So I'm not going to say that nobody ever calls from Navigant Credit Union because there's a lot of bad guys out there and they can spoof our numbers so that on your phone that has caller ID on it, it'll look like it comes from Navigant Credit Union. Just take that information that somebody's asking you for and say, listen, great, I'm going to call you back. I have to go get it. Don't let them say, I'll wait. No. I don't know where it is. I'm going to hang up. I'll call you back. And if they give you a number, don't use that number. Call 233-4700. That's the number that you want to use. And we'll help walk you through the process. Be your own advocate, folks. I know that it's hard, and I know that if you feel like you're getting scammed, there's a little pride issue in that. There is no judgment at the credit union. All we're there for is to make sure that nobody separates you from your hard-earned cash.
All right.
And I can attest to that twice now with my wife. And there's there's not a better place to deal with the Navigant, in my opinion. And I haven't been paid by. Later on,
he is a non-paid spokesman.
I'm a non-paid spokesman. Is that they are so helpful? They make you feel comfortable. They react very quickly. It saved us. And I can tell anybody out there listening, if you feel you had a problem, call the bank immediately, and they will react in minutes.
Yep.
That's the best thing I could tell you.
Right. And honestly, it is us, but it should be everybody. If your bank doesn't want to do that, if they're giving you a hard time about your security, then you should leave them. But the reality is, most good institutions out there, ours, because I can talk about it, but I know that my friends at Dean Bank and
the other problems, though, with the other banks, you have to have 18 different numbers.
That's true.
That is
true.
All you have to do is call the number, and they'll have you on to a person immediately.
Yep, right in Smithfield.
All right. Well,
Lincoln.
Unfortunately, over 20 tons of squid
Oh.
spilled onto the roadway.
That stinks.
In Narragansett. Narragansett police said the vehicle was turning when the trailer dislodged. How does that happen?
Well, you forget to put the pin in and keeps the trailer.
Well, he was cited.
Yeah.
The driver. Okay. The driver was
not
cited.
A safety issue. Okay, and so it became dislodged, and the trailer falls on the side, and it obstructs all lanes of travel. And the intersection has reopened since then. No one was involved, but no one was injured, I should say. There were a lot of people involved.
A lot of squid.
But I don't know if you saw, and I say this because it's funny, not because I'm endorsing Narragansett beer, but did you see Narragansett beer put out a statement?
No.
Oh. I saw this yesterday, and it was, Narragansett beer, August 18th, 2026. Narragansett beer, Rhode Island's favorite beer for situations that probably didn't require a beer, but definitely deserve one. Today announced its official response to the recent squid spill in Narragansett. For those unfamiliar with the incident, a tractor trailer carrying thousands of pounds of squid tipped over, sending a truly unreasonable amount of calamari across the Narragansett roadway. Thankfully, no one was injured. The squid, however, had a rough day.
Well, hopefully they didn't try to sell them after they put them back into the truck.
How would you like to clean it?
They're now
how would you like to clean it up?
Oh,
the smell must have been.
It's all.
And that's the Department of Public Works. Right?
That's right.
They come down with the shovels, and
the police had to be there.
And direct traffic around. That's rough.
It was a hot day.
That's great.
Got to be brutal.
Tough. Well, that's
just bring some cocktail sauce.
That's right. Yeah.
If you want to live down in South County, and you want to live down by the beach.
You got to put up with that.
You got to put up with stuff.
Yeah, right. That's right.
So you got to know that going
it's
in.
It's possible it'll smell like fish.
All right. We mentioned it yesterday or the day before. It could always be worse, right? And are you following what's happening in Lawrence, Massachusetts?
What the mayor?
The mayor has been arrested.
Oh,
yeah.
Now you got to go after these guys.
Lawrence City Council is insisting no public funds were involved in Mayor Brian DePena's fraud arrest.
Is that his campaign fund?
He took in allegedly COVID money.
Yeah.
For the town or the city and used it for his reelection.
Campaign.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He moved the money into his campaign account.
Yeah.
Which is a
You
no.
just
And then he
You
used it from
just
his
can't do
campaign
that.
account. He paid all those
Yeah.
bills. Is
Yeah.
that what happened? Okay. So.
City Attorney Timothy Hutton says the allegations involve no city money. Residents, this is the arrest. Residents urged councilors to discuss the charges publicly and seek DePena's resignation. Councilors unanimously rejected a closed-door session, but later tabled further discussion. Financial officials say the city operations remains in place and do not depend on one person.
Well, if he took COVID money, I would make an argument that is city money.
That's-
I would make an argument
how
that
about
it's
federal?
federal money
Federal.
and it's
Federal
my
money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be paying attention to what's going on in Lawrence.
And how could you trust them?
Right.
Well, not
Tell-
now.
tell me.
anymore, yeah.
The other thing too that you have to be aware of is that if he's done that,
What
how
else
about
has he
some
done?
other things that have,
What other?
haven't
what other shady-
hasn't surfaced yet? And I tell you, it's not a good thing.
But look what happens.
And Lawrence is in a poverty type
That's not a
city.
great. But what Fall River, the Carrera down
Jason-
there.
Yeah, he
Career.
went
Yeah,
went to
another
jail.
one.
Yeah.
I know, but they still love him down there.
But his was a business
Well-
thing. His was
I know it was kickbacks. That's
But
what
Right.
that was. But
you say that.
Yeah.
What about the guy that shot the guy
healthcare
from
guy?
medical?
yeah, healthcare,
right.
United Healthcare.
And how about the big
Mangione.
fall? The
Yeah.
big Mangione.
Mangione.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Not
the
Chuck,
big
but-
following he has?
huge following.
And this guy was a great guy, from what I understand. Being on the Blue Cross board, our president of Rhode Island
Yeah.
was there when that happened.
Was he?
She knew him,
Wow.
and here's a guy that just outwardly walked up behind him and shot him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yet he's
And-
a hero.
and a hero.
He's a hero.
This is the problem
That's
with
awful.
society these
Yep.
days.
I know.
I
How
mean,
do
it's
you-
not
how
just
do you-
him. It's the Charlie Kirk crowd. It's
Right.
the
Exactly.
Mangione crowd. It's nuts.
Did you hear about? I don't think I have it here, but it was a high school principal in Oregon that was celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
a good.
yeah, yeah.
He was just found guilty of child pornography.
Yeah.
Charges.
Okay, great.
So
I love karma, man.
Well,
Karma.
look,
Come back and
look
get
who
you.
you're talking about. Oregon, Washington. I mean, that area is
Very
is
progressive.
very liberal.
liberal. Yeah.
That's where the socialists are kind of.
Congregating.
Well, that's how they're forming.
All right. Back to sports a little bit. The Connecticut Sun, the women's basketball team,
Played their last game.
had their last game at the TD Garden, and
Yep.
they beat the LA Sparks, 85-77. 16,000 fans.
Yeah.
Wow. Where are they going?
At the TD Garden. Well,
Yeah.
they're leaving Connecticut altogether.
I think they're going
Oh.
to Houston. Or
They are.
something.
Oh, okay.
This is
Is
the
it
last
Houston?
year.
Yeah.
Yes. Last year they were in Connecticut. They played a few games at the TD Garden.
Yeah.
And they're moving on to Houston
But there's
after this season.
but there's another story behind this, and I don't know whether you
What, the whole WNBA?
the whole WNBA,
They can't
who
figure out what a woman is.
nobody knew, and Caitlin Clark came in and turned the whole thing
around.
upside down. I even watch a game now,
Yeah.
and I'm a big sports fan, but before it wasn't. It's interesting now. There's some good basketball, but what's going on in that with the leadership of that WNBA, and
Oh, it's
now
awful.
you got two professional players, which I'm laughing. That's trying to challenge this.
Yeah,
We're going
the
to
men.
play.
The men wanna
The
be
guy
in the
used to
draft.
play with the Celtics. I can't pronounce his
yeah.
name, but anyway, it's so ridiculous. They brought that thing to the top of the list. Everybody, they're selling out arenas and everything, and yet they're acting like fools, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense.
They're shooting
Yeah.
themselves in the foot.
Absolutely.
Is basically
Yeah.
what they're doing. So, all right. Let's see.
Excuse me, and the NBA backs most of these teams.
Financially,
So why
Yeah.
wouldn't they step in? But they won't
no,
because they
let-
don't want to
let-
get involved.
They're afraid.
Let them figure it out on their own.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess so. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. A suspect in a Chucky style mask, the horror film Chucky style mask, is wanted for assault in Philadelphia, chasing after a jogger. Police are asking for the public's help to find the man who chased the woman last week. They told NBC Philadelphia the offender held a phone in front of her and repeatedly asked, "Are you ready to die?"
Yep.
Wow.
It's not the first time.
That is her reaction, I guess.
They said
He was
happened a couple of times.
last seen ducking into a subway station
Yeah.
in Philadelphia.
I want somebody to answer that with, "Are you?" and then take the guy out.
Yeah.
But if you're out for a jog, are you carrying weapons on you?
Who knows?
At least they should have a mace. If
Right.
you
Yeah.
got,
But then, if you're out for a jog, the last thing you want to do is extra weight weighing you down while you're out for a jog.
Balancing safety versus practicality. What do you want?
Yeah, I know. And I think I talked to my sister about it one time because it was a woman that was jogging on the Esplanade in Boston, and she got attacked.
Yeah.
But it was 3 a.m.
Why are you jogging at 3 a.m?
Well, that was the question.
Yeah.
Should she have been attacked? Well, absolutely not.
100% not.
And I want to know where this person was jogging, but it doesn't say.
Yeah.
But if you're out jogging at 3 a.m,
Right. You're asking for trouble.
well, unfortunately, you are.
Yeah.
And they say, well, between school and job and family, it was the only time I had. Well, I guess you should skip it then this day.
Yeah. Go to
or run on a treadmill inside at a gym.
It's not the same, Joe. It's not the same.
I understand that, but do you want to die or you want to live? I mean, which do you want? You can't have it both ways.
Personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta advocate for yourself.
You got a different world.
It's not the same world exactly.
Nope. Yeah. All right, they're having a little trouble in South Dakota at one of their at a
Sturgis.
No, that's South Dakota.
Oh, I'm
sorry. They had 3 fatalities at the Sturgis rally.
Really?
Year. Well,
motorcycle accidents.
They were crashing. Yeah. But a South Dakota family suing a Fargo, North Dakota hotel and a local pool company after saying their young son suffered a skull fracture and a brain bleed on the pool slide at the hotel.
Yep.
The federal lawsuits claims the 5-year-old fell from the slide at the La Quinta Inn and Suites. They're a national chain. In February of 2025, hit his head and lost consciousness. Family says the slide had a 6-inch crack and other defects and was not made for residential use only. Sorry, other defects and was made for it was made for residential use only, not for the hotel.
For commercial. Right.
Okay. The complaint accuses the hotel, Wyndham-related companies, they own La Quinta, and West Fargo-based My Aquatic Services of negligence and seek more than $75,000 in damages. My Aquatic Services has denied the allegations, and a jury trial is scheduled for March of 2028.
Yeah.
In Fargo. We'll get to this right away.
Yeah.
We're going to wait over 2 years. Wow.
I had a pool, and at some point the insurance companies said take the diver board down and get rid of your slide.
Yep.
And I'm going back years ago.
So why? So someone wouldn't sue you if they got hurt on the slide?
Well,
of the diver board?
well, they don't. Well, yeah, because the insurance company is a liability.
Okay.
But they came in and told me not just me, other people that had pools. But
that was the fun of your friends that had an in-ground pool. They had a slide.
Slide, right.
But here's an interesting thing is that you look at that and it's how everybody is suit crazy. Did you read about the MBTA guy that some family won $5 million because he pulled the hair of a person?
No.
Yeah, he pulled. Yeah, it was in the news a couple of days ago.
He grabbed like a chunkful of hair
of her hair. I assume it's a woman.
And they sued the T?
And she sued this guy who was the director of the MBTA, and the decision was $5 million. I would let you pull my hair anytime for $5 million.
We'll split it, right?
Yeah.
So but we should have people on every car.
Yeah.
Being
no,
security.
This had nothing to do. This had. I think it was a working. They all worked together. Something
so it was
to
like a
do.
meeting
This
or
guy was a
something, and she
director.
was
I thought you would catch that. Yeah. I just saw it a couple of days ago.
Interesting. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it was the MBTA.
Gotcha. All right, break time here in the Coffee and Program once again. So, Tim, time for a second message from Navigant Credit Union.
Thanks, Joe. We talk a little bit. There's some commercials on the station right now about our Embark account. Again, with school starting and young people going back to school, and as they get older, they're being asked to be a little more responsible with the money that they're getting for things like birthdays and jobs and such. So we want to be there to help you all educate your youth, the person that you're caring for, the people that you love, on how to manage money properly. And the Embark account gives your student, your young person, an opportunity to have a debit card, have online access to their money, deposit the checks that they get from their birthday or from their jobs remotely. It also gives you an element of control as well, so that you have some control over how the debit card is used. And things like money management tools, which are very important. Teach your young person early on how to budget. I'm going to do the 50-50 or 60-40 savings spending strategy, where you put some of your earning into a savings account and leave it there, and then you take the other part of that and just kind of do what you want to do with it. If you want to buy video game console, go ahead and do that once you save up enough. So we're just trying to teach responsible spending patterns and habits for young people, and the Embark account is a great tool to do that. You can sign up for the Embark account online at navigantcu.org. You can pop into our branch up here at Park Square or any other 24 branches throughout the state, and somebody will be happy to tell you a little bit more about it and to sign you up, you and your young person. So please do that.
All right. Thank you very much there, Tim. More of the Coffee and program is coming up. Stick around.
ON 1240.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A Hash Brown Scramble Burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
ON, AM, and FM.
It is Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. My name is Joe Callahan, along with Bill Murray, and Tim Draper's here. A little bit on the sports. My son sent me a little video of himself because he was able to capture it off of Nesson. He lives in Maine. He went to the Portland Sea Dogs game because Roman Anthony was playing in his first rehab game, and Roman Anthony hit a home run.
Yep.
And my son got on Nesson because he was out there in right field, and he came right near him. I said, hey, look at that.
They played it during the Red Sox game.
They showed it?
They showed it, yeah.
Okay.
And then...
they made it on the big screen at Fenway, That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because he also had a single and 2 walks.
But it is Double-A. And so let's just... He should come up to Worcester pretty soon.
Yeah, but
and see how he does.
He's pitching. He's hitting against Double-A pitchers.
That's right. That's why he's doing so well.
Right.
But he's also been out for the season with a so-called thumb problem.
Yeah.
So even if it's Double-A, at least he's hitting the ball.
Well, yes.
And then now he's getting his... I mean, the kid has everything written for the future.
Part of me wonders if there's any truth to the rumor that the Sox are keeping some of those guys down and out because the team's just playing pretty well. They're not playing great. They lost a bunch, but they're playing pretty well. Last night, the last couple, they won a couple. So
it's a big decision.
Right. What do you do? Do you bring these guys back, and what do you do with the kids that are playing?
Well, how about Story? So
keep him out.
No, he's coming back, and they're going to put him at shortstop.
He's at Worcester right now.
Yeah. He's going to come back and play shortstop.
All right.
They got rid of Meyer. That was good enough.
And just one more sports note. Last night, the Milwaukee Brewers matched Major League Baseball's largest shutout win since 1888. Wow. And they beat the Seattle Mariners last night 22-0.
Yeah, did you see that?
Wow.
Did you see? I think it was a Mariners player who it might have been the last inning of the game.
Oh yeah,
there was a fly out to him, and he thought the game was over, so he pitched the ball into the stands.
Oh, no kidding!
How many outs were there?
Yeah,
just one, two.
Yeah, he threw it into the stands.
Well, you know who just played the Red Sox that they had to bring in the second baseman to pitch.
Oh,
was that?
I said the 13 to 14 to nothing game or something.
See that there should be a new rule in Major League Baseball because I hate when they bring in position players to pitch, and the new rule is we forfeit from here on. That's it. We're just done. We don't want to ruin any more of our pitchers. We don't want to bring in the second baseman to pitch. We concede the game in the 8th or the 9th inning. That's it. We're done.
I really think that one of the problems. So the game that the Red Sox ended up that one game that went like 14 innings about 3 weeks ago, where they used the entire bullpen and all that.
That was a fun game to watch.
It was a great game to watch, but I don't think they were right for 4 or 5 games after that because all the pitchers were just gassed.
It takes. Well, but you also have to look at it. Fans are going in and paying a ton of money. So say you're a fan and it's out of hand in the 7th inning. So you forfeit the game's over. Mm-hmm. It's like a rainout. People are upset and whatnot.
Well, they're not upset. Well, some might be upset, but if you also watch those games, a lot of people just get up and leave.
No question. If you're a good baseball person,
our team's winning 19-0 or 19-2.
Right.
we're going to win. Let's go home.
Yeah.
So just call the game then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just, but baseball will never do it. All right. Today's August 19th. It's World Orangutan Day, in case you want to celebrate.
Thank goodness.
Well, I'm glad you told us.
It's to bring attention to the red-haired primate and to raise awareness of the dangers they face by deforestation and the exotic pet trade. The endangered apes are native to the islands of Borneo and Sumatra in Southeast Asia, where they live high in the trees and live mostly off of fruit. Conservationists say there are about 100,000 orangutans left and that their numbers are dwindling. And I still love the Clint Eastwood movies.
I was just going to say, isn't that the Clint Eastwood movie?
Every Which Way You Can. And Every Which Way You Can and Any Which Way. I'm getting
right
mixed up.
turn, Clyde.
Every Which Way But Loose. Any Which Way You Can.
Yeah.
Two different Clydes, by the way. And
Yeah.
And he even says that you got a permit or something. You got a license for that ape. Clyde's his own person. That's a great line. And the other orangutan story. You remember Wink Martindale?
Yeah.
Doing game shows.
Yep.
Wink was on Tic Tac Dough, and that word came up, and he is mispronouncing it.
He keeps orangutan.
He's like, what's an orangutan?
Catan?
Yeah. And he kept saying, I've never heard it. The producer had to come over the mic and say, Wink, it's orangutan. Oh, the monkey. Oh, yeah. That's. But he's orangutan.
Oh, man.
I'm sure you can find that somewhere on YouTube.
Yeah,
because it's so funny.
Those are the days of good old game shows.
Yep.
Hollywood Squares. Paul Lind in the middle.
Well, I just wonder if this is an issue because of Colorado was the first state to have legalized marijuana. Okay, and so maybe some people just weren't paying attention to their jobs. And Denver is replacing street signs after a photo on social media showed that it was misspelled. The California sign, and California is spelled wrong, at the intersection of 19th and California streets was reportedly installed on Monday. And a photo drew hundreds of comments, including a Facebook post from Denver Mayor Mike Johnston that said the city would leave spell check on before creating another sign. All right, that's pretty funny. The city's Department of Transportation said the incorrect sign has been taken down and should be replaced sometime today.
Nice. I would leave it up and make it a fun thing.
So it should be. They spell it Califorina. So they left out the second I. So now it's California.
California. Isn't that what Arnold says?
Yes. Well, what bothers me in bringing it back home in Woonsocket is, and there's a speed sign over by the middle schools on Hamlin Avenue, and if you're driving over the speed limit, it starts flashing at you, and then there's a message board sign that says it says too fast, and 2 is spelled wrong.
T-O?
It's just T-O.
Oh.
And I've mentioned it to the and everybody, you mentioned it to 3 people, and they all point fingers at forming a nice triangle that they all have to fix it.
Yeah. Well,
and none of it gets done.
Well, somebody should just go in and fix it.
Yeah,
but no one wants to.
And
no one wants to take responsibility. and the ironic thing is it's right outside a school.
Yeah.
And it's incorrect.
Well, you should take a picture of it next time, post it up on social media. And go, nice lessons that we're teaching.
But then I got to stop the car. Now I got to wait for someone to speed to go by.
It probably wouldn't be too long
to snap it. It probably wouldn't be too long, but.
Have Tim drive by.
I'll do it. Tim, go by.
Just don't take a picture of my license plate.
But it's probably camera. I think you have to be going like
as Tim gets another ticket.
If you go 30,
it's a line item in my budget.
If you're going 30, right, I think you're speeding because you're in a school zone.
Right.
So it's right. It's what I'm talking about. It's right before consumers.
You talk about a speed camera. I go to the VA all the time. There's one at the school right near the VA. You're going downhill. There's no way you can keep the car at 20 miles an hour.
Downshifted in a second.
Yeah. I mean, you literally have to ride the brake all the way down.
Well, they just passed the ordinance in Woonsocket to make St. Leon Avenue 15 miles per hour.
Yeah,
and as Dave Richards mentioned, if you try to put 15 in your cruise control, the car won't accept it.
It won't do it. Right.
It's like, so now it's manual. And I told the story. Growing up in Cumberland, Lonesome Pine Road.
Yep.
15 miles per hour.
Right. Yep.
And a cop used to sit out there, and we used to drive. When no cars were coming by, get us on our bicycles and see if we can pass the speed limit, and we could.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, 17.
Well, Clark-
18 if we got up fast enough.
Clark Road off Mendon
Yeah.
is also
I'm-
was like 15.
This
It's
is-
all downhill.
I go, but eventually they did put speed bumps in on
Yeah.
Lonesome Pine, which is working out fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why other communities don't adopt this.
Yeah.
If you want it that slow,
Well, technically,
put speed bumps in.
you can't put speed bumps on a hill.
Is St. Leon a hill?
You can't do it.
But you can put it at the bottom of the hill, though.
You can do it at the bottom. Now, Lonesome Pine.
Lonesome Pine, it's at the top?
No, it's at
Well,
the bottom.
Yeah.
Right, but it's also up at the top.
There's one
Yeah, but
near
before
down the
you
hill.
get to the hill.
Before you get to the hill part.
You can't put it on the hill.
Oh, well, okay. Don't put it on.
No.
Well, where they were, back when I was a kid, back where they were gunning people for speed,
Yeah.
it was before the hill.
That's it. Let's outlaw hills.
Oh, okay.
Well, they might-
That's a great idea.
Well, Bob Walsh used to live there.
Yes,
Right at
yeah.
the corner.
He was
and,
right on the corner of the
and
hill.
He was one of the biggest. Oh, he was.
Offenders?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm
he,
sure.
complainants.
Oh.
Oh, my God. It was like his world was turned upside down.
Sit out there in a lawn
fairness
chair
to
with
him,
the
because
basket
you know,
weave
they
fabric.
Trying to
and watch-
slow them, they did everything. You know.
Yeah, I've heard if you point like a hairdryer, I think it's a radar gun. I've heard people point like a 2-liter bottle of soda.
Like a fishing
Just slow
pole with a
down.
little thing at the end of it. Throw it out there, a little sock, zip it across like a squirrel. Slow everybody down.
What I've seen other communities do, I thought it's either Newport or it was Middletown. And if you got the time, they just put a cruiser with a mannequin with a police hat on the mannequin and just stuck it by the side of the road, and people slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they felt foolish passing the cop that was not a cop.
Well-
but it saved money and
But that's not right because,
Why not?
well, no, on the expressway, when they had the express lanes, people used to use mannequins
Well,
so that
that's-
they
yeah.
and they got arrested. So let's be fair now. Come
Yeah,
on.
this wasn't on the expressway. This was
I just
on
thought of
another
that.
road.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, it used to drive me crazy.
Put a
I'd be
skeleton in this
I'd be in the
passenger seat with a hat
traffic
on.
and I see this car go by.
It's a mannequin. Isn't it?
It's a mannequin.
Yeah.
And they were picking them off.
We'll put them
Oh,
in,
yeah,
in the HOV lane. So this is a road down in Newport that wasn't an HOV lane. It was just just a known notorious speed lane. But yeah, they would stick just the cruiser with a mannequin and a police hat
But even
on it.
without the mannequin, we had to do that in Cumberland when we just didn't have enough police to cover some of the.
Yeah.
And you get after 20 complaints, you have to do something.
So
you
don't they have the we used to have the trailer with the slow down
Yeah,
sign and
yeah.
the speed camera and couldn't you put a camera on that and use that as take a photograph of somebody flying down the
You
road
could,
and when
you probably get complaints.
No, I'm sure.
probably,
you would.
but I mean it's
Yeah,
like the
you
school.
could.
It's like a school speed zone,
Yeah.
right? If you're trying to change behavior,
Yeah.
right, you need to give somebody an incentive to change it. Otherwise, they're never going to change it. So if you did that for a few weeks in one specific spot, yeah, you might have somebody who gets a lot of tickets. And maybe in the end you only charge them for 1 or 2, but you'll at least get their attention.
Yeah.
Because even those signs, people go, "Oh, fine, I'll just go blow through them."
Yeah, but here's another problem. When we got complaints on different roads in Cumberland, and you put the radar in there,
Yep.
you know who got caught? The neighbors.
Yeah. Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
I
Ones who were
they gotta
complaining.
complain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
live here. Well, you
You
you're
just
the one
blew
that called us.
yeah, that's right.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up for the day. We thank you very much for listening. Always appreciate it. Bill Murray, thanks for coming in.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And Tim Draper, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Bill, for coming in and substituting for my friend Melissa, who is I don't know what she's doing today. but She got something
I
popped
hope
up.
I filled her shoes well.
You certainly
you
did,
did.
and enjoy the God-given day, everybody.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. They're coming your way after the 9 o'clock news.
Dun, dun, dun.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON